What can I do? I've got nothing. I drive around. I look after kids. I've got nothing. I have to do whatever comes to hand, you know? I've got nothing. I rang up a lot of the young comics to ask them what to do. Yeah, you've seen them? All these young comedians they have now. All the Russells. You've seen them? All called Russell, aren't they? All these Russells. Yeah, loads of them. Loads and loads of Russells. You strike one down, another springs up in its place. They're like the skeletons in Jason of the Argonauts. But skinnier. And with less joy behind their eyes. So I rang them up. I rang up all the Russells in their hutch. I said, hey, you Russells, Russell. I said to them, I've got no material. What shall I do? They said, oh, never mind. Just run around. I've got nothing. I drive around, I look after kids, I've got nothing, I've got no ideas. This show opened in November in London. In October, I'd got no ideas what to put in it. I was desperate. I used to go out in the afternoon and drive round and round the North Circular Road in London, just hoping something funny would happen to me. But it didn't. And I just ended up with loads of ideas for routines about the names of shops I'd seen at the side of the road. So I was driving around the North Circular, yeah? And I drove past World of Leather. I thought, World of Leather? Imagine if it was a world made out of leather. I hope it is. There might be 5 minutes in it. So I went into World of Leather, but it was just a shop. I went up to the World of Leather man. He wasn't made out of leather. It's just made out of all skin and hair and stuff. I said to him, hey, I thought this would be a world of leather. And he said, how would that work? Did you get a leather chair like that? Roll it over on its side. Like a leather hill. Said, get out. I was desperate. I got back in the car, went south down the North Circular, west along the A40 towards Oxford, past World of Golf. I thought, yes, World of Golf. Imagine if it was a world made out of golf. I hope it is. I hope it is. There might be 5 minutes in it. But I went in to World of Golf. It's just a shop. And I went up to the World of Golf man. It wasn't made out of golf. It was just made out of all meat and water, 95%. Did you know that? 95% water, all of us, and yet they say there's a shortage. I said to him, hey, I thought this would be a world of golf. He said, how would that work? I said, yeah, you get a golf club, stick them in the ground like that, like trees. Golf bag kicked over on its side. It's like a cave. Golf balls. There'd be things in nature that are white and round. Like the moon. Or a worm's egg on the rim of a cat's bottom. And he said, I'm going to have to stop you there. He said, this world of golf. What you're describing is world of golf equipment. Golf is an abstract noun. Get out. I said, I don't care, I don't even like golf, I hate it, I was desperate, I got back in the car, I drove east along the A40 north, up the North Circular, to Staples Corner, Office World, there's an Office World, oh, it's a world made out of offices. I went in the car park, and the Office World man came running across the tarmac towards me, the Office World man, and he had a typewriter for a head. And staplers for hands, and mouse mats for feet, and a desk tidy pen holding thing for his heart, and he had a Balamorni ruler for his cock. With Miles Jupp's face on it. And he had a pen lid, yeah? You know a pen lid on a pen lid, yeah? That was his nose, a pen lid nose. And he had these little stickers about that big, little white stickers round. You push the middle out like a polo, like a flat polo dimensioned sticker, and you use them for reinforcing a flimsy document in a binder, yeah? You've seen these little white polo stickers, and he had about 1 million of them, yeah? And they were his mind. All the thoughts, yeah, going round. Then he had a piece of string about that long, green, like wool, fibrous, like wool it is, with a tag on either end, treasury tags, little metal tags on either end. He had about 1,000 of them, all tied up in a big spiral, and that was his DNA. Beside him, subatomic, Crick and Watson, yeah, DNA. And he had rubber, yeah, and that was his brain. And he had, I don't know if they make these anymore actually, like a black dial with letters and numbers on it, black, in a housing, a printer housing. Remember these? I don't know. You feed a strip of... Remember this? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. You can't get them now, can you? No. You feed a strip of like plastic through it. You print out words, make a label for a desk or whatever. Anyway, not that. Forget about that. I'm not interested in that. Did you have one? Do you remember the strip that went through it? I'm not interested in the printer thing or the top part of the strip. What I'm talking about, underneath the strip, there was a... What? A thing that you tore off, remember? So protect the sticky part of it. Underneath, a transparent strip that you tore off the... That's what I'm talking about. A transparent strip. He had that cut up into loads of much smaller, thinner strips. And they were like, you know when you go, ugh, and you can see all bacteria on your eyes. And he had a pencil sharpener. You know them pencil sharpener? Put a pencil in it, don't you? Sharpen it up, yeah? Pencil sharpener, yeah? Pencil goes in, turn it round, comes out sharp. Pencil sharpener, you've seen that? That was his anus. Anyway, I said to him, what's going on here? He said, well, I heard you were coming. So I quickly underwent all these painful and expensive surgical procedures. having parts of my body replaced with stationery, some of which is no longer commercially available. I had to stay up late and bid for it on eBay. And I did all this, he said, with a view towards thwarting your attempts to get material out of coming here. I said, well, you didn't thwart it, did you? Demonstrably, I said to him, I got about 4 or 5 minutes out of it. He said, I thwarted it in the long run, he said. I said, how? He said, well, he said, you're a professional comic, I'm not going to patronise you. He said, you'll know the rule of 3. I said, that's right. Any list of things, funny things, should be 3 things long. The third one should be the funniest. He said, that's right. So you should have done 3 of the things, and the third one should have been either the Balamorni rule of penis or the pencil sharpener anus, he said. But only the pencil sharpener anus if you'd had the foresight to tie it back in to the bleeding. But he said, what I did, he said, you should have got in there 1, 2, 3 out. What I did, he said, was I had way more surgical procedures done than I knew would be optimally funny. But knowing your work, he said, I've seen you, I know your work. I knew that you would feel obliged to list them all. And that would mean that while there were pockets of hilarity in the room, on the whole, a list that long would cause the trust and energy in the room to dissipate.